Hello and welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, and we've got Fog of War for you today, with a puzzle by Kennet's dad, called Lost in the Modhouse, and it's one of these puzzles where we're not allowed to repeat a digit on a constraint. So, for example, if this cell, I won't put 2 in case it turns out to be correct there, but if that's a 2 on this mod line, we couldn't put 2 on this mod line or this mod line. So you can't repeat a digit on the same constraint. I love this rule set. I think it's really, really clever. And I'm actually delighted too to see Kennet's dad back constructing again. I think Kennet's dad's been on a bit of a hiatus, a bit like Fistabafel actually, while concentrating, if I'm not mistaken, on teaching. I think Kennet's dad in real life is a teacher in Idaho. Maybe an English and history teacher, and I think teaches at a high school for troubled kids. So Kennet's dad doing good things in the world, and it's lovely to see you back constructing puzzles again. This one has been recommended to us, and apparently it's rather clever. So I'll read you the rules. Actually, the rules are. They're lengthy, but I don't think they're difficult. They're only lengthy because there's lots of different coloured lines underneath the fog, and we have to understand what all the different coloured lines are. And I'll read you the rules anyway in a moment or two's time. And in fact, today I do not have too much news to you. Very, very strangely, there are no birthdays to do, which makes me incredibly concerned, because that means I've probably missed an announcement. So if it is your birthday today, and if I was meant to say happy birthday to you, I'm so sorry. Drop me an email and I'll try and put it right. But other than that, big news. Over on Patreon, we have our brand new competition running. Let me find the... Oh, yeah, that's pretty much in the right place, isn't it? The Labours of Rostam, the Persian hero. Lots of puzzles linked to Rostam's labours. And actually, the feedback we've been getting on this has been terrific so far. So if you'd like to win the opportunity... to make a Sudoku video with me, well, we'll try and solve a puzzle together. We'll record it and hopefully it will appear on the channel in due course. Do get your entries in before the 20th of August. Plenty of time left. Competition's only just up and running. So do have a go and good luck. And I think that's everything. Why don't we just let's look at the puzzle and see what's going on. We have got... So it's Lost in the Modhouse by Kennet's dad, and the rules are as follows. We've got normal Sudoku rules applying, so we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. The grid is partially covered in fog. Placing a correct digit will clear the fog in that cell and possibly elsewhere in the grid. So sometimes this is called dynamic fog. And what that means is, let's say we got this digit. I won't put it in case I guess it right. It might clear the fog from those cells. We just don't know. But hopefully it will clear the fog from somewhere. And then we've got the each of the following constraint types may contain no repeated digit anywhere in the puzzle. So we've talked about what that means. And then digits in a cage. I can't see any. Digits in a cage must sum to the total given. So imagine those cells were in a cage. There would be a number. Oh, go away. There would be a number up here in the top left corner. Let's say it was 10. Then that would mean these cells had to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's how cages work. Actually, it doesn't say that digits can't repeat within a cage. So maybe all the cages under the fog are in the same 3x3 box of the Sudoku. Or maybe they're all in the same column or row. I don't know. We'll have to discover that as we go along. Digits joined by an X sum to 10. I think that they are X's, aren't they, underneath the fog there? So that could be 2, 8, for example. That would be a legitimate way of making an X work. 2 plus 8 equaling 10. Adjacent digits along a red parity line, PR, must alternate between odd and even digits. Right, so we've got one of those here, look. So let's go to the line drawing tool. The line drawing tool, by the way, if you don't have it, the way to get it is to click the cog icon and make sure you've enabled your pen tool. And if you have, you'll have that option alongside your Sudoku grid, and you can do things like this. So let's draw a parity. Oh, normally it works. Oh, there we go. So let's say that's a parity line. Then if this cell was even, then this cell would be even, this cell would be even, and those three cells would be odd. We just have to alternate parity as we move along the line. There we go. A purple renban line, RB, must contain a set of consecutive digits in any order. So those have to be consecutive. So if that digit was a 1, then these would have to be 2, 3, and 4 in some order in order to make sure they were a consecutive set. A yellow nabner line, NB, and we can't see any of those. Let's draw one in though. Let's draw a nabner line. Must contain a set of non-consecutive digits in any order. So how that works is, let's imagine this cell was a 2. Neither of these cells could be 1 or 3, because we've got to make sure that the digits are not consecutive. So something like 2, 5, 7 would be a completely legitimate way to fill a yellow line. Any set of 3 digits along an orange, we can't see any of these, there must be a lot going on onto this fog. Any set of 3 digits along an orange entropic line, ENT, must contain at least 1 digit from each of the following sets: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Any set of 3. Yeah, I actually don't really like the wording of that. I might change that, assuming I can solve the puzzle. But the way that, what that's saying is, let's look at these three digits along an entropic line. One of those digits must contain a 1, 2, 3. One of them must contain a 4, 5, 6. And one of them must contain a 7, 8, 9. Go away. Why is that happening? And then the same would be true for those 3. So we would have to make sure the same condition applied for the next 3 digits along the line. Oh no, there are still quite a few more rules left. So then we've got any set of 3 digits along a teal modular line. Now I can see some of those. Must contain at least 1 digit from each of the following sets: 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. So that's the same as what we've just done for entropic, but rather than picking from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, we're picking 1 digit from 1, 4, 7, 1 digit from 2, 5, 8, and 1 digit from 3, 6, 9. And one way you might be able to remember that is if you look at your number pad on your keyboards or on your phones, you can see it's sort of written as a 3x3 box. Now modular lines are vertical strips, so you can see 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. Entropic lines are horizontal sets: 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Now we've got zipper lines, pairs of digits equidistant from the center of a pink zipper line, zip, must sum to the digit in the center of that line, notated by a small circle. So let's try and draw. This is going to look a bit like a modular, a renban line, I think. But let's say that was a zipper line. Then what that's saying is this is the center of the line. So you add those 2 digits up, and they should equal that digit in the center. So let's make it a little bit longer. Similarly, you add these 2 digits up, and that should also equal the digit in the center. So you sort of move to equidistant from the center cells, sum those cells, and you should get the digit in the center. And then it says, note, lines in the puzzle never intersect or share cells. Never intersect or share cells. Okay, cool. And that's all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. And the first thing I'm going to do is extend these lines I can see in the grid. That one is going at least there. I don't really have teal as a colour. I've got green. That's close enough, isn't it? I mean, one thing I'm seeing as we draw in these modular lines is because we can't repeat a digit along the modular lines, this is sort of an extra region of the puzzle. Because those green cells, there are 9 of them. So I suppose another thing we could say as a result of that is there are not going to be any more modular lines in this puzzle, because if there was a modular line here, we couldn't have only one of each digit on the modular lines. We'd have to be repeating a digit, wouldn't we? Because there are only 9 different Sudoku digits. Now, I don't really know where to start yet. 3-cell modular lines. If these, well, we know they don't. Yeah, these have to be divisible by 3. Because if you think about the vertical strips on a number pad, the 147 strip contains digits that have a remainder of 1 when divided by 3. So if you divide 7 by 3, it goes into 7 twice with a 1 remainder. 4 has a 1 remainder. Then think of the 258 strip. If you divide the numbers 2, 5 or 8 by 3, they all have a remainder of 2, and the 369 all have a remainder of 0. So we know that this line will contain one digit that has a 1 remainder, one digit that has a 2 remainder, and one digit that has a 0 remainder on it. So overall, they will sum to 0 remainder when divided by 3. Now, so I'm just wondering if it's something mathematical either here or here, because the only problem with that is that a 4-cell renban line I don't think does have a very interesting mathematical property. Because if we think about I'm just trying to think about how we could represent a 4-cell mathematical line. What I'm trying to do is to use the secret, which is something I share obviously with only my very favourite people. And if you're watching this video, he's certainly one of my favourite people. But the secret of Sudoku is that a complete row of a Sudoku, or a column, or indeed a box, because of the rules of Sudoku, contains the digits 1 to 9 once each. And those digits, if you sum them, sum to 45. Now 45 is divisible by 3, just like these 3-cell mod lines are. But a 4-cell renban line, if we say, I'm just trying to think about how we could generalize it. Let's say that digit was x. Let's say this is x minus 1, this is x, that's x plus 1, and that's x plus 2 then. Then we can see that the sum of this is 4x plus 2. Can we? So it's going to be even. I'm just trying to think if there's any. Is there anything else we can deduce from that? I don't know, actually. Sorry, no, I'm not sure. Okay, let's try something different then. Let's try... okay, hang on. The 2 renban lines... Yeah, we have to be a bit careful here. This digit is under pressure. That one there. How could that be a 2, for example? There's no way it could be a 2. Because each of these is a 4-cell sequence within the digits 1 to 9. So imagine this was a 2. Actually, I'm going to put it in large letters, large numbers, because I know it isn't, so it's not going to clear fog. If that's a 2, one of these could be, for example, 9876. That would be fine. What would we fill the other renban line with? It's got to be a consecutive sequence. It doesn't involve 2. It can't involve 1. Because it couldn't involve 2. If it had 1 on it, it's got to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and it can't because the 2 is in this position and sees it. So it would have to be from 3, 4, 5, and then you run out of digits because you've put the 6 on the other renban line. So, I was about to say, does this have to be 5? It doesn't though, does it? Because it could be 5. It could be 5 with these being 1, 2, 3, 4. and 6, 7, 8, 9 in some order. But also, imagine that was 9. Then this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and this could be 5, 6, 7, 8, and the same is going to be true if that's 1, isn't it? So these could be combined, they could be a sequence of 8 consecutive numbers. Ah, okay, but that's at least a breakthrough, because this is a parity line, and therefore this digit is odd. So these two digits are both even. Aha. Now, does that matter? That what no. Okay, so I know the sum of these is odd. I think I worked out the sum of that is always even. And I know that the sum of the row overall is odd, because it's 45. So the sum of the modular lines at the end of row 6 and at the bottom of column 6, we know they're divisible by 3 from the mod rules, but we also know that they sum to an odd number now. Oh, sorry, no, even. Hang on, have I got that wrong? I've got that wrong, haven't I? Yeah, even. Because I'm on even plus odd, so I'm on odd, so I need to stay on the same parity. So something like 6 would be possible here. 6, 12, 18, 24. I mean, there's loads of options, actually. In fact, it's one of those. So it's 6, 12, 18, 25. There's not millions of options. 4 options. But how do we know? And it's modular lines, isn't it? So it's 1 from each stripe. So, okay, so 6 could simply be 1, 2, 3. That would work. And 24 could simply be 7, 8, 9. That would have 1 digit from each modular set. Sorry, I'm just trying to think this through. I think there's quite a lot of ways that this can work. This is weird. How are we meant to do this then? It can't be the x's, can it? I mean, there's 4 ways of making 10 in a domino. 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, 6. 5, I suppose, can't be in any of those cells. So 5's in one of those cells. I don't get this. I'm not sure what's going on yet. Maybe, okay, let's try and understand what this means. If that's a 1, what does it mean? What would it mean? It would mean that one of these was 2, 3, 4, 5, but we wouldn't know which. And one of them would be... So what? Hang on, let me just think about this. One of them would be 2, 3, 4, 5. One of them would be 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is a 1. But we would have to make sure we've got one of each type of modular of mod digit along both of these lines, wouldn't we? So how does that work? In the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line, the one of these digits would have to be an 8 because 2 and 5 are not available. One of these digits would have to be a 7. And then, oh, hang on. Oh, so this would have to be a 6 in that instance. because it couldn't be 2, 4 or 8. So this would be 6 and this would be 9. I mean, obviously the ordering of this is totally and utterly nonsensical, because this 2, 3, 4, 5 could be up here and everything could be the wrong way, you know, a different way round. I'm just trying to understand it. This would have to have 3 on it, because 6 and 9 from the 3, 6, 9 modular set would be subsumed within this renban. 1 and 7 would have been used up, so this would have to have 4 on it as well. 3, 4. Oh, so this would have to be this would have to be a 2. And which digit have I not used in this column? 5. So this would be a sequence of 3, 4, 5. Oh, hang on, we've got to also make sure that everything's different here, don't we? Good grief. 1, 2, 6. Okay, that doesn't work. Right, that's really very complicated, but it doesn't work. Goodness me. Okay, so the reason this doesn't work is, I mean, this is really complicated, because what we've proved, sort of without loss of generality, is that if this is a 1, one of these mod lines, either this one or this one, is 3, 4, 5, and the other is 7, 8, 9. Well, that means this mod line is 1, 2, 6. But it can't be 1, 2, 6, because there wouldn't be enough ways left over to make the 2 x's work. Only 3, 7 would work. But, okay, I'm just slightly troubled by that. Obviously, I mean, that is quite a case test that we've done there to understand that. I'm just wondering if there's some principle that I can understand. Let me sorry about this. Let me just think this through. If I know that's 2, 3, 4, 5... I'm wondering if you can do it with modular arithmetic. It might be easier there. I know that's 0 mod 3. I know that's 0 mod 3. Yeah, so in the one that has the 9876, you can see that these two have to be 0 mod 3 together, so that's why they're 2 and 1. Yeah, that's interesting. So that would be 2 and 1. That forces this to be 3, 4, 5. In the other situation where this is 2, 3, 4, 5 though, it's a little bit less clear, isn't it? 2, 3, 4, 5 sums to 14, which has a remainder of 2 when divided by 3. So net this has to have a remainder of 1, which means once this is a 1, this has to be a 3, 6, 9 digit. And the only one available, of course, is 6. Now, I think all this is doing is allowing me to capture... Or is it? Hang on. No, I don't... I think it's allowing me to see how these digits are generated a bit more simply. But I don't think it's allowing me to see through to the fundamental point, which is that we've got to be really careful with this box. Okay, let's see if we can go further then. So if what we've said is this is not 1, it simply cannot be a 1. So we're in this world. Now, what would happen if this is 5 then? Well, okay. I can see slightly more clearly that one of these lines is going to be 6, 7, 8, 9 again, and one is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, in both of those instances, 1, 2, 3, 4 sums to 10. The 6, 7, 8, 9 sums to 30. So let's say this one was 6, 7, 8, 9. we know that this plus this combined are going to be 0 mod 3. 30 is 0 mod 3. That's a mod line, 3-cell mod line. So that's going to be 0 mod 3. So these must be 0 mod 3, and that's a 5. So the only digit that's going to work there is going to be the 4, isn't it, I think? Unless I've got my maths completely wrong. So that's weird. Okay, so in the case where this is 5 and 4, this becomes a 1, 2, 3 line. Okay, and how does it work horizontally then? This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, adding up to 10, which is 1 mod 3. So this needs to be 2 mod 3, and 5 is 2 mod 3. So this has to be 6. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and this would be 7, 8, 9. We could run into problems again here. This is going to be 4, 5, 6. Oh no, that's well, not lovely. It's not lovely, but it's definitely not a problem for the x's, is it? 4, 5, 6 here. It's okay. I wonder if these are always. Oh, hang on. Is that what's going on? I'm now wondering because. No, what I was going to say is nonsense. No, this was 1, 2, 6 before, wasn't it? I was wondering if this always had to be a sequence, like a renban line, but it doesn't, because it was 1, 2, 6 before that was causing the issue. Yeah, so in this one we've got a 6 and a 24, which were two of the valid totals that we deduced for our mod line. Okay, well I can't see a problem with 5 there. I'm not saying it is a massive problem. I'm saying I can't see the problem. So let's check 9 and see whether there's something we can do with that. So if this is 9, then what? Let's work this out. Well, then we know one of these is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think sum to 26, which is, what, 2 mod 3? So that means that this has to be 1 mod 3 overall, so this has to be a 4 digit. In the case of the 5, 6, 7, 8 line. So in that situation, okay, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3 again in that situation. And then for the 1, 2, 3, 4 line, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1 mod 3. So this needs to be 2 mod 3. And it can't be 2, so it's going to have to be 8. Oh, oh no, okay, that's okay. No, I thought it might break, but it still is possible. So this is 5, 6, 7. Oh, which is 18, which was one of our valid totals. But that doesn't. Okay, so that doesn't work up here either, because this mod line here now has to be 4, 8, 9, and 4, 8, 9 is a bit like 1, 2, 6. It's got, well, in fact, it is the same as 1, 2, 6, because the only thing you can put on the x's is 3, 7 again. Oh, now this is tricky, because now I'm wondering if there's some sort of fundamental mathematical truth underneath the bonnet of this. Underneath the, is it called a bonnet in America, or is it called a hood? No, a hood is a hood the same as the trunk? I don't know. I'm mixing metaphors and idioms from two sides of the Atlantic there. I don't know. Anyway, well, what we can say is that's certainly not 9. It won't work. For the same reason it didn't work when this was 1. So I think I've got a digit in the puzzle now. I'm just wondering whether there was a way for me to know this without sort of testing the cases for this digit. I mean, it's not a massive case test. You firstly got to work out that this digit is under pressure, and then it's only got 3 options. And then you've got to understand that each of the options is having an effect on the set of digits that have to be the digits 1 to 9 on the mod lines. So yeah, I think it's all right. So that, oh, okay, now that's just revealed a lot of things. Oh, actually it really has. But hang on. Hang on. The other thing, remember, when we put 5 here, these lines were extreme. One of them was 1, 2, 3. One of them was 7, 8, 9. So this is 4, 5, 6. Whichever way round, because the thing is we don't know at the moment which way round the renban lines go. One of them is 1, 2, 3, 4. One of them is 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, but we must know what they are. How did that work? 10. One of these needed to be a 4. That was true. I think the other might have had to be an 8, but I might be wrong about that. Let's just double check it. So if this was 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1 mod 3. So this needs to be 2 mod 3. And 5 is 2 mod 3, so that has to be 6. Okay, so okay, I don't recall that from when we did it, but that seems to be the case. So one of these is going to be a 6. Now, if this was 6, 7, 8, 9, this is 2 or 4. This needs to be overall 0 mod 3, and that's going to be a 4. Okay, so let me just double check. I think that feels right. So this is a 4, 6 pair, but we don't know the order, and until we can work out how these are arranged, we're not going to know which of these is 4 and 6. Oh, so that's 4, 5, 6, and that's 4, 5, 6, but that's okay because this is modular and this is parity. Ah, but something else I noticed. You can see there's some cages that have come into view. And look, each of these cages is not the end of a cage. These are all the middle cells of cages, and they are literally the middle cells, because it's a bit like our modular lines, isn't it? That is a cage. That is I mean, the cages might be bigger than this, but they're not going to be, because the minimum size of those cages is those 9 cells, and again, we can't repeat a digit within cages overall, so there can't be more than 9 cage cells in the puzzle, and there they are, we found them. So in fact, we can use the secret, because that's 18 and that's 15, and that 15 is in a very, there's been some clever graphical jiggery pokery going on to show that 15 clue, because normally it would be in the top left of a cage. Normally, again, the 18 would have been there, wouldn't it? But 18 plus 15 is 33. We know all the green cells together are 45 because they're a set of the digits 1 to 9, so by the secret. So this is a 12 cage. Now, is that useful? Probably not. I don't think there's anything particularly special about 3 cells adding up to 12 or 3 well, this one has got an entropic line going at least to those cells, so covering the cage. Oh, well, yeah, hang on. How do you make that work? One of those digits has to be low. That's an entropic line. I mean, it's really hard when you have to switch between modular and entropic. But one of those digits has to be low from 1, 2, 3. One of those digits has to be middly from 4, 5, 6. So this is 3, 6, 9. There's no other way to make it add up to 18. But this one doesn't have an entropic line on it, and that one, well, it might have there or there, but it's not the same as this one, is it? That has the complete, or has an entropic line that covers the entire cage and may go further, but it goes at least to those cells. Right, let me just mull this over for a second. So on earth am I meant to do with this? I feel like it's this cage. Those two digits, C369, and this mod line is either 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9. But I think it could be 7, 8, 9 if that's a 9. And providing this isn't a 9. Oh, okay, so it's either 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9. So it will have some coincident digit with that cage, and that coincident digit is always going to go here. So there is always a 6 in one of those cells. Oh, come on. No, I don't know what that means either. Okay, sorry, I'm not sure. Alright, can we do something with these cages then? Where's the 1? Yeah, okay, that's not actually a bad question. I finally asked a good question. Where's the 1 in... remember this is a 15 and this is a 12. If the 1 was in the 15, the other two digits would have to sum to 14 without using 9 or 6. You can't do it. Because 14 in two digits is either 5, 9 or 6, 8. So the 1 is down here. Good grief. So the 1 is down here with two digits that sum to 11. Which are not 2, 9, 5, 6 or 3, 8. So this has to be 1. That's weird. Oh, 147 is a modulus. Oh, good grief. Oh, there's something going on here. How did that happen? Because now this is a 369, which is a vertical modular set. This is a 147, which is a vertical modular set from my keyboard. So this is a 258 to be the remaining digits. 2, 5 and 8 do add up to 15. But okay. So now this line here is either 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9. So it will have a coincident digit with this cage, which will be 2 or 8, which will have to go there. So 5 is definitely in these cells. So 5 is here. So 5 is definitely in those 3 cells. But oh wow, I mean I still can't do it. What am I meant to do then in order to... Oh, I don't know. This is weird. So it feels like if that was 1, 2, 3, does that do something bad to the world? If this is 1, 2, 3, this would be a 2, this would be a 5, 8. This would be a 7, 8, 9. That would be a 9. This would be a 7, 8. This would be a 1 or a 3. This would be a 2 or a 3. This is a 147, a snooker maximum. Okay, let's try it the other way then. If that's 7, 8, 9, does that do anything? This would be 7 or 9. This would be 8 or 9. This is 7, 8, 9. This would be 8. Oh, hang on. Yeah, if this is 7, 8, 9, because this is... Oh, this digit. Yeah, that's interesting, because that digit has to find a home in this box, and that home is going to be in row 8. It's going to be in one of those 3 cells, isn't it? So whatever this is, 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9, that digit goes there, and that is a 2 or an 8. And so that is a 2, 5, 8 triple. Oh, yeah. This is good. This is good, I think. No. Oh, it's nearly good. I thought it was going to be good. So this is a 2, 5, 8 triple. 1, 4 and 7 have to occupy these cells, but only one of them can go on the modular line. So these are from the digits 1, 4 and 7. And that means these are from the digits 3, 6 and 9. It is, what's it called? Lost in the Modhouse. It is really, it's modular-tastic, this, but in a really interesting way. Now, but how have I don't know. So that 6 is always going to be here, isn't it? Because I can't put 6 on this modular line. And 4, there we go, done it. I've done it. Because this line, remember, it's either 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9. So 4 is always vertical. And that's got to be a 6, therefore. Wow. Yeah, that did clear fog. Thank goodness for that. Now I think we can, well, yes, clearly this can't be 6, 7, 8, 9, can it? So that must be 6, 7, 8, 9. This must be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 7, 8, 9. So this is 9. Oh, did that? I don't know if that did clear fog. I mean, I think everything I've said is logical, but I'm slightly worried about that. This is 1, 2, 3. So that, oh, that's a 2, and that did clear fog. That's a 2. Wow. Okay. Maverick's about to fly over. So this is 1 and 3 in some order. We've got a whole load of pairs, I think, in box 8. That's not a 4 because of this 4. That's not a 6 because of this 6. That's a 6. That's a 9. Oh yeah, look, 4 is in one of those 3. 4 is there, so 4 is there. And so now these squares are 1, 2, 5 in some order. We've got a new line, a nabner line, emerging in the fog. Can't see where it goes, but it goes at least to that cell and that cell. That can't be a 2, look. And now what do we do? I don't know, but I'm feeling more confident that I'll be able to solve it eventually now. That can't be a 9. Can we... What else can we do then? Maybe we just do have to look at this nabner line. Oh. Well, actually one digit that it definitely does have on it is 6, look. There is definitely a 6 on that nabner line. So this nabner line doesn't have 5 or 7 on it. So 5 and 7 must be up here in box 4. So that's not a 7 anymore. So 7 and 6 are up here. And all we've got to do now is deduce something new. And I don't know what that is yet. What do you think we have to do? A 3-cell nabner. So it could have an 8 or a 9 on it. If it didn't have 8 or 9 on it, what would it have on it then? Can't have 5, so it would have to have 2 low digits. It can't have 2 low digits, can it? It's going to have we're going to have a problem here. Ah, yeah, I see. Yes. So imagine this didn't have an 8 or a 9 on it. In fact, does this have to have a 3 on it? That might not be true, but I can see if it didn't have an 8 or a 9 on it, the other 2 digits that have to occupy this portion of the nabner could only be selected from low digits, these low digits, because they can't have 5 or 7. None of these cannot be 5 and 7. And if they couldn't be 8 or 9, they'd have to be selected from 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s, and there would then be 5 digits in that 6-cell segment selected from the 4 different digits, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and that would necessarily mean a repeated digit in box 4. So one of these digits is 8 or 9, and only one of them can be 8 or 9. So one of the digits is 1, 2, 3 or 4, and it's not 1, 2 and it's not 4 by Sudoku, so there is a 3 on here, which means none of these is a 3. This is a 3. No fog was cleared, but I think that was logical. So this is 1, 2, 4. So these are from 3, 6, 8, 9. That 3 felt hard won to me, but it doesn't seem to have done much, does it? He says, I am trying, I promise. I'm trying to see what to do. I don't see what I have to do here. Oh dear. Am I going to get stuck? Oh, what have we got to put in those cells? Look. 3, 5, 8. No, I don't think that's going to be brilliant, but let's at least pencil mark up in case there's something we can see. 5 is definitely up here. 9? 5, 6. Oh, those 2 digits have to add up to 10 in this box, because we've got 4 and 6 on this and 5. So these digits here are made up of the digits 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, and these add up to 10 and these add up to 10, so they must add up to 10, and they're sort of the third variation, which means this is either 1, 9, 2, 8 or 3, 7. But I don't see anything that's obvious as a result of that. It must be something to do with... So this digit here, which is 8 or 9, is the digit on this nabner by Sudoku, because we've got a 7, 8, 9 triple there. So this digit is in one of those 3, so it's in one of those 3. Oh, I see. So this is a 1, 2 pair. Oh, Sudoku is going to come to my rescue, is it? Yes, it is. Where's 7 in the middle box is the question we could have asked. It's got to go there. Oh, that is that. Oh, now 9. Now 9 has to be here by Sudoku. So that's 8. Okay, that's great. That's great. That's pushed us forward a little bit, hasn't it? So now we need, 5, 7, 8 into those cells. 3, 6, 9, 5, 7, 8. I don't know. Can we deduce whether this nabner goes any further? Because it could have another cell or 2 on it, couldn't it? It could have a 1 on it. If it goes diagonally there, and that's a 1, that would still obey nabner rules. Anyway, let's just tidy up our pencil marks there. We've got a zipper that's come into the equation, sort of W pentomino zipper line, another parity line. So this parity line here, and we know that that's the limit of it, because otherwise it's going to hit the zipper. It's not allowed to. So this thing doesn't have 4, 5 or 6 on it. So that means that 4, 5 and 6 are on the zipper. It might not matter, but I'm going to take advantage of that. Okay, so you can't put 4 or 5 in the middle of a zipper that has a 6 on it. Either the 6 is in the middle or the 6 is on the edges of the zipper. Oh, hang on. Hang on, I'm going mad now. No. Oh, that's beautiful. If that... Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, so this is the logic. We've got 4, 5 and 6 on this zipper. How could 6 not be in the middle is the question I want to ask. And the fact is, it must be in the middle. Ah, no. Yeah, it must be. It must be. Because if 6 is not in the middle, we know 4 and 5 are not in the middle, so we know 3 of the digits on the wings of the zipper are the digits 4, 5 and 6. Now the 6 cannot be paired up with 4 or 5 because 6 plus 4 is 10 and 6 plus 5 is 11, and I can't write those into the middle of the zipper. And that means the 4 and the 5 must pair up with each other, adding up to 9, which doesn't work. So 6 is in the middle of the zipper. And, okay, that didn't clear fog. But it might do when I clear these cells. That cleared fog, just not very usefully. Right, so what we've got is 1 and 5 adding up to 6, and 2 and 4 adding up to 6. And the parity line is made up of 3, 7, 8. And 3 and 7 are of the same parity, so they can't go in the middle of the line. That is an 8 in the corner. Didn't clear fog again. This is no longer an 8. It's consistently interesting and quite challenging, this actually. 6 is now in one of 2 places along this modular line from the very beginning. So that's not a 6. So this is a 6. Oh, I was hoping it was going to clear me some fog. This X line now doesn't have even digits on it. It's not 2, 8 or 4, 6. So it's either 1, 9 or 3, 7. It's not, oh, it's not 3, 7. That's very pretty. That is very pretty. Right, so this is 1, 9. That is not a 1. So that is not a 5. That is not a 4. So that is not a 2. Let's just have a quick look at that in case we can deduce something else. Or can we do something with this being 1, 9? So this X here is either 2, 8 or 3, 7. Oh, that's really annoying. I don't think we can do it. I probably meant to do something else then before we consider this box. 9 is in one of 2 places in box 2. 6 is in one of 2 places in box 9 by Sudoku. Ah, that 3 is doing some things. 3 and 7 go in. Chocolate teapot on the 7, 8, 9 in box 6. How typical. This is not a 3. This is not a 3. So that is not a 7. Yeah, there could well be something I'm missing here, isn't there? 3 is in one of those cells. 4s? 9s? Oh, sorry, 9 can be placed there. Oh, I was hoping that was going to give me something useful. Okay, let's have a look at this column. 1s, 2s and 4s to place. And that's definitely not a 1 at the top, is it? What about this digit? I'm not sure. Okay, so that's perhaps not where we're going yet. Oh, we've got 7, 8 here, look. And we know that those 4 digits include a 2, 8 and a 7, 3 pair. We can only have one of 7 and 8, therefore, on this X domino, so that digit is a 7 or an 8. And now I've got a 7, 8 pair in row 2. So it's ones. Oh, that's lovely. So that's a 2, is what we've just deduced from that, and this is an 8, and that's a 7, therefore, and that's a 7, and that's an 8, and that's a... Oh, what is it? That's 3 in the corner, that's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Very nice. Right, this is not a 2, so that's not a 4, because these two are going to add up to the 6 in the middle. This digit is 1, 4, 1 or 5. It's not 4 because of this. So this digit is 2 or 5 by Sudoku. And all we've got to do now is figure out what all this means. Okay, so that's not 8, that's not 7. This isn't 2. Ah, so the 2 has to go there. Oh no, I was hoping for some fog clearance and didn't get it. That's not 3. Right. I mean, we're at the point now where there's not a huge amount of stuff. I mean, until we clear more fog, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be able to do. 2 is in one of these. I think it's going to be Sudoku. I'm just not spotting exactly where that Sudoku is. Oh, there we go. 5 in the bottom corner. So this is 3, 8. This is 7 now. So in this column we need, 1, 4, 6, 9 is what we've got to place. 1, 4, 6, 9. And somehow nothing's getting resolved there. Okay. 7 by Sudoku has to be in that position. That gets me a 7 here and a 4 here. So this is no longer 4. 4 is in this domino by Sudoku. And all we've got to do now is... I don't know. Is it 2s, 3? Oh no. Imagine if I get stuck now. It could happen. It could well happen, actually. I don't want it to. But I'm conscious of the fact that I feel I've lost track a bit of all our... I mean, there's going to be another parity line somewhere, isn't there? I bet you there is, because we've only got 6 cells of parity line. And the parity line that we haven't got is going to have 1, 2, 9 on it. So where's that going to live? I don't know. Okay, what else could we do then? Or where else is the Sudoku under? Where else have I underdone the Sudoku? Or is it something to do with making sure this works? Those two have to add up to 6. So, is there some issue with that? Oh, 2 in row 1 is definitely in those cells, so it's not there. So this is a 1 or a 4 now. Is that helpful? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure though. Or is it this 1, 2, 5 here? I don't think we know anything about that. Oh, that can't be a 7. It's probably... Actually, I'm not sure. I was going to say it's probably Sudoku. I'm not sure that's right. 3, 8, 5, 9, 1, 3. Where could it be that I'm meant to look? It feels like that mod line might be resolved. that's it's a weak guess, but that's what I feel like might. Or may. Oh, hang on. If that's no, that doesn't work. If that's 4 and that's 2. Now I was wondering if there was an interaction between this line and this line. I don't think that there is. How long have I... Oh gosh, I've been going an hour on this. I'm not that surprised. I didn't think the break-in was very easy. It definitely required a fair amount of thought, for me at least. Okay, let's look here again. These squares are from 1, 4, 6 and 9. So let's put all the options in. We know that's not 4. Can we spot anything else of any value there? So these are from 1, 6, 9. So I know that one of these is a 2, but I've always known that. It could be that there's some sort of triple in one of these columns and I'm just not quite spotting it. 3 is in one of those. 3 is in one of these. Do we care about that? I don't think so. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm now starting to worry that you're all shouting at me. Probably with good reason. Where could it be? I mean, it can't be over here, can it? I can see 6 is down there. I can see 3 is here. But I don't think either of those things help us at all. And there was the beautiful logic on the zipper line. I can see that... Oh, yes, I've got it. Yeah, where's 4? Neither of these can be a 4. So the 4 must be vertical on the zipper line. That means that is not a 4. It means this is a... Oh, no, it didn't clear fog. Oh, goodness, that's that's unbelievable. I was sure I just spotted it. Okay. Oh, no. So if 4 is in one of those, we know 2 is in one of those. That's certainly true. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. No, what I was about to say isn't true. Oh no, don't get stuck, Simon. Come on, where is it? And I have to recognise as well that for many people this will be a delight because they will be able to shout at me and know that they were more efficient at the puzzle than I was, and that's a good thing. I'm spreading joy by being dumb. Oh, I just don't like it. Where is... Or maybe I haven't been as diligent as I need to be in these pencil marks, but I think I have been fairly diligent. Or maybe I've got to colour 1s and 2s or something. It doesn't feel likely, but I don't see how to do it either. There's definitely a 6 in one of those. One is in one of 2 places in column 3. 9 is in one of 2 places. I just don't think that's enough. Okay, what we could do is double click digits to check whether or not we have, or I have, let's be honest, I have underperformed vis-a-vis Sudoku. Is there something else that we could do Sudoku-wise? Oh, that's interesting. I've not placed a single one in the grid yet. Wow. Okay, threes. I don't think I can do anything with them. What about fours? Well, I can... No, I don't think I can do anything with them, can I? I mean, 4 is in one of those two, one of those two, one of those three, one of those two, one of those two. Don't think it's telling me anything I didn't already know. Let's try 5s. I've hardly got any of those in the grid. Really hardly any. Okay, let's try 6s then. No, don't like the look of those. 7s. I've got more 7s. But not in a useful way. I think I've got 7 7s and I've got an X-swing of 7s left. 8s then. No, I've got an X-swing of 8s here. Do we know anything about 8s in this box? I don't think so. And then 9s we know very little about again. Oh, there's not some sort of X in the grid I've not spotted, is there? That would be typical of me. 1 9 4 5. I don't know. Oh dear. Or is there something cleverer going on regarding, you know, maybe that can't be a 2-4 pair for some reason, because it would make this a 5-1 pair, and maybe that doesn't work. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's my favourite bit of the puzzle, I think. Oh, that's gorgeous. How could I have seen that more efficiently? Ah, okay. So the point is, if this was 5-1, where would you put the digits 5 and 1 in this box? If this is 5, it has to go here, doesn't it? But if this is 1, it also has to go there. So if that is 5-1, you can't, it just fails to work in this box. So it must be 4-2. That's really lovely. And I hope it's going to do some things. Let's hope that's true. So now I get a 1-5 pair here, and that becomes a 4. So I get a 5-6 pair here. Now this becomes a 1. That did clear fog as well. Good. Okay, so now it gets a little bit easier all of a sudden. We can actually do things. This is no longer 5. This is not 1. This is not 2. So we get chocolate teapotted again. But we must be in better shape now. We just must be. Let's see. This 4. Yeah, that 4's still doing some work. So this is 4. This is 1. This is 1. This is 9. Neither of those are 1 anymore. Oh, well, frankly, I'm just relieved, because I couldn't see what to do. But I think we've unstuck ourselves at least slightly, haven't we? He says, maybe. Do we go? Okay. Still can't see how to unwind that. 3 5 6 8 5 6 6 9. Where's 4? 4's got to be there. Aha! And under the fog is an X, so that becomes a... Oh gosh, there's an entropic line that's just popped up over here. This is 1 9, so that becomes 6. That becomes 3, that becomes 9. That becomes 3, that becomes 8, 8, 5, 5, 6. And, okay, so this is entropic, so it's that one. So it can't have, we don't know where it goes again, but it can't have 3, 6 or 9 on it. So these must be a 3, 6, 9 triple in box 9. And that square therefore has to be 3. And this square has to be 6, that square has to be 9, 8, 7, 9 go into the grid. 9, 1, 1, 3. And these look like they're going to have to be 2, 5, 8. Another modular set, of course. Oh, it's very clever. Very clever. 8, 2, 5, 5, 1, 2, 1, 7. Boom. Wow. That was quite challenging, actually. That was quite challenging. The way that zipper would force that digit to be double thingies was very nice indeed at such a sort of late stage. It never gave up though, that puzzle, did it? It really didn't. The beginning was very interesting in terms of modular arithmetic in these cells, and the very surprising consequence that seemed to be you had to use this box to figure it out. But there were many moments I really liked, and look at what Kennet's dad's done. It felt like modular sets were popping up all over the place. 2, 5, 8 there, 3, 6, 9 there. There wasn't a 1, 4, 7 entropic line, but there was in spirit. Loved it. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.